Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid, and my voice is very, very deep right now. I've been napping on the top of my bed for the past couple hours, and my vocal cords are not awake yet, as are not my brain or the rest of my body either. Yay! Anyway, though, late vlogging because of that. I had therapy today, and then I did some stuff. I did another bit of video that hopefully I got attached to this, showing the why I have a state of disarray in my room. A lot of work I gotta do, but yay, thumbs up for that. A couple things I wanted to quickly talk about. One of them was only because I want to make something clear without being upset about anybody. Or with anybody. I've had a conversation in the comments, a long one, about caffeine. Now, it may have seemed antagonistic if you were the one that was doing the conversation with me, but because of text strips 95% of context out, and the way my brain works, I'm not angry, I'm not mad, I'm just talking. I was just talking, I was having a conversation. I understood that you want the best, and so that's why I was talking with you. And so I'm going to try talking about what's going on with my situation and with other people exactly like me. First off, my situation is unique in how I'm talking about it. My mother, from what she said, and my sister has said, my grandparents have said before they died and passed it on, it was hell getting me to sleep. I would not sleep. I had to be held down as a baby, or I would not sleep. I just woke up. It has been a day, but there are some changes that I need to make. This is all going to change. I mean, I put my PlayStation 4 there so I could get to it, but all of this has to change because I got a PlayStation, because I got a laptop, because I got one monitor. But today I brought my second monitor out of the storage unit, which means I'm gonna have to move all of this stuff, and I don't know where I'm gonna put it immediately, but that's what I'm looking at right now. Now, like I said, I just woke up. It's been one heck of a day. But yeah, this is the setup, and there are the squishies. Gotta keep the squishies. Yay for squishies. Okie dokie. Back to your regularly scheduled video. I do not remember what it was like as a child. I do know that when I was a teenager, it was hard to sleep. And then when I became a young adult and I was in the Air Force, it was hard to sleep. I had horrific insomnia. And then for the rest of my 20s, I had horrific insomnia. Plus, I was not diagnosed and given a sleep apnea machine for some time, but I started suffering from sleep apnea when I was in my very early 20s. All of the symptoms, the ringing of my head, night sweating because I'd stop breathing, tingling in all of my extremities. And as I got older, my heart started skipping beats for, well, it felt like a skip beat, but it would go lub dub lub, lub dub lub, lub dub lub. And it was like, oh, that's unpleasant. And it would do that for like 12 hours. And then I finally got a sleep apnea machine, and that stopped instantly, along with all the other things. But I have had sleep apnea for about 40 years. And I have central apnea. It's not obstructive. Obstructive is when the soft tissues collapse and block off your throat. Central apnea is where your brain just literally forgets to tell your lungs to breathe. And it even happens when I'm awake, because I will suddenly notice that I'm out of breath. And I'm out of breath because I'm not breathing. I have to pick it up manually, which is no longer than like 30 or 40 seconds, until my body starts doing it again. So I've been doing that since forever. And then when I crashed and burned from my alcoholism and I wasn't drinking alcohol, my sleep should have gotten better. Except that I've been sober since the year 2000. And I have had horrific insomnia ever since, just like I have the earlier part of my life. When I was married to my wife for 12 years, I drank caffeinated beverages, as a drink, but I also drank water and juices. It was just a drink. And I had insomnia. After my wife died, I had horrific insomnia. And I was drinking caffeinated beverages, but I was also drinking water and juice. And then I honestly cannot remember how I started taking caffeine tablets. I honestly have no ideas what happened or why. My memory is spotty at best. And that's one of those things that is just lost. I do not know why I bought them. I do not know why I started taking them, but I do know that I started sleeping better. And then when I started taking a caffeine tablet at night, and this is like 4 years ago, when I was 57, suddenly I'm sleeping at night. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sleeping when I take a caffeine tablet before I go to bed. And then I was started on Ritalin. And if I took a Ritalin tablet before I went to bed, I slept through the night. But the reason I started taking Ritalin is, again, this one's anecdotal. I can't point to any scientific study on this one, because I discovered through just reading online from people that they discovered they had ADHD because they wondered why everyone found caffeine so difficult to deal with when they drink 3 highly caffeinated beverages before bed and sleep fine. And then discover that that's because caffeine helps people with ADHD sleep. It makes our brains calm down so that they work properly enough that we can sleep. And so these people discovered they had ADHD because caffeine put them to sleep. So they talked to their doctors and whammo, started on medications, and now they're good. I discovered I have ADHD because caffeine put me to sleep, and I discovered it put other people with ADHD to sleep. So I went to my doctor and I said, do I have ADHD? Son of a gun. I've talked with, I don't know how many people with ADHD. I went in to get a colonoscopy. One of the nurse people that was helping me had ADHD, and we were talking about caffeine. Everybody I have talked to with caffeine, with ADHD, takes caffeine because it helps them sleep at night. And so I have been taking caffeine tablets for 4 years. For the first time in my life, I can sleep. And I have horrible insomnia with caffeine. Without it, during the 12 years I was married to my wife, and I was not taking caffeine tablets. I was quite often lucky if I got 1 hour of sleep in a night, because I could not sleep. And all those years after my wife died, it was so hard because I could not sleep. And then I started taking caffeine, and for the past 4 years I've been able to sleep. However, I had to stop taking Ritalin because my blood pressure went like this for a while, because I was monitoring it for the time I was on, and for the first couple months it was flatline, no change to my blood pressure. And yes, this person I was talking with also did mention you have increased your medications, and it's like, yes, in the beginning of any medication, you see how it works. It may take a year to fully adjust a medication, during which it's going up or down each month and each time you talk to your med manager. So at first, yeah, 10 milligrams of Ritalin was like, I'm a little more awake, but it only did that. And then as I increased it, I was able to think and remember. And it was nice. But my blood pressure went whoosh and spiked right at that last month. It was a climb and then a spike. And so I had to stop taking Ritalin. I have, of course, been overusing caffeine because of that. There was a point, you're not supposed to take more than 400 milligrams of caffeine in a 24-hour period because you can die. And there's nothing that the hospitals can do for you. There is no medications or anything to counteract caffeine. They just have to try and make you comfortable until you die and hope that you don't. So taking 400 milligrams of caffeine is dangerous. And I was taking up to 1 gram in a day. I have cut back. As stated, I've only been taking 1 capsule every day now. I had broken myself down to 2. 1 before I went to bed and 1 when I woke up. I have been using just 1 when I go to bed now, because it does help me sleep. It does help me do all these other things, just like Ritalin did. But Ritalin made my blood pressure go up. Caffeine helps me sleep. Caffeine helps me do all these things. I'm still having blood pressure issues. Because of that, I'm stopping my caffeine usage at night and during the day. All of my capsules, because of a different reason entirely, I am not using my caffeine capsules. I am still, if you can see this bottle over here, going to be drinking caffeinated beverages. I'm not going to stop my caffeine use. But it's going to be under 200 milligrams now, and it's spread throughout the day as I drink sodas. So it's going to be difficult to sleep. And I have picked up stuff which I have taken 2 of these and had insomnia where I could not sleep while taking caffeine, because I do have bad nights. Mostly when things are really scary up here, and when my mind will not shut down because it's terrified. Then I could probably, anxiety my way through a medium strength sedative. So there ain't nothing that's going to help me in those nights. But yeah, I've been slowing down on my caffeine because of my blood pressure. But without that, I, like many people, we can't sleep. ADHD is fun. ADHD is weird. And yeah, it affects the quality of your sleep. Of course it does. Everything does. And it affects it in a negative fashion. Here's another great thing. I use cartridges for pain control. The main component of cartridges, while it does help you sleep, also does affect the quality of that sleep. So I'm faced with, I can either take nothing at all to help me sleep, so I can get good high quality sleep, and just never sleep, so that when I do sleep, it's because I'm exhausted and it's not resting sleep. It's not restive, restorative sleep. I will be exhausted and dragging for the rest of my life because I will have 1 or 2 hours of sleep a night on good nights. Or I can medicate myself hard and sleep as much as I'm going to sleep. I don't sleep long because I don't move. And when I don't move when I sleep, it really hurts on top of all my extra pain. So I just lay there like I'm dead and my skeleton starts to ache. So even if I turn over, all of my joints, all of my bones are just aching. So I gotta get up. I can't even lie in bed for more than 6 hours. I can't even remember why I was going with that one because I've gotten barely anything at all. That's the other thing that's going to be great about not using caffeine. It's really the best thing that's been keeping my brain going. So yay. Anyway though, rant done. But because of my blood pressure medication, which I continue to take, I am awake in the morning. Now, I'm also being ultra aware of myself these past couple of days and really watching what I'm doing to make sure that I'm not acting manic. Because that was a very unpleasant feeling when I was. But I am now not feeling manic. I'm feeling awake when I wake up, not manic. So that's good. On the other hand, starting at noon, I started to get really tired, and I just could not stay out of bed at 3 o'clock, and that's why I got out of bed at 5-ish. I've been lying down, not asleep, but not awake, and really not asleep. I've been thinking, but also not thinking of anything like intelligent. So thumbs up, but now I gotta be up for the rest of the night. And of course with my therapist talking about various things. I've been talking about how at night I am really filled with darkness and melancholy and ennui. Not sheer depression, but definitely not a good feeling. One of the big things that's happened is because I've been trying to make changes here, I used to go for walkies at night, 2-3 hours of walkies at night. You know, from like 8 to 10, I was out on the road. I'm doing my walkies as best I can during the daylight hours now because I'm trying to make a change in my life and be out during the daytime. I'm not comfortable doing it, which is why I need to do it. Press on your envelope. Don't stay in your comfort zone. You know, comfort is stagnation, and stagnation is death. So I have made a change and I go out walking during the daytime, but I don't have anything to replace that at night because I can't play the games I used to. If I can't play a game with a controller, I can't play it on the keyboard because my left arm, the nerve compression issues. My quality of life has been severely impacted by my nerve compression. And that's the fact that waving my arm like I just don't care. I do care, and ow, 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 even now. It's severely impacted my quality of life. So I can't even really fill it with games unless the game takes a controller. And a lot of my favorite games like Grim Dawn, that doesn't take a controller. So that's great. So that's one big thing that's gone. And then these, yeah, I can set these up, but the way my ADHD works is, quite frequently, the energy it takes to set the game up is the energy I needed to play the game. So I get it set up, and I literally have no energy to play it. Getting it set up used it all. Which is also a combination of just the whole stress and this, because getting it set up hurts. I don't mean to complain, it's just quality of life stuff, and this is why I'm right now so late in my video, and it's gonna go up so very late. If you've watched this far, say okay to complain. Because we all need to vent, or it sits inside of us. And when you bottle things up, it does bad things for you. So I let myself vent periodically on here more than normal, so thank you. And of course, if you're a Patreon patron, thumbs up, thank you. As soon as I can, I'm going to be doing more, but just in the short amount of time I've been doing this, ow. So yay. But thank you so very much, it is appreciated. When you look in the mirror, you remember you're looking at someone who is beautiful and awesome. That wasn't exactly English, I really slurred right in the middle there. So yay, thank you, Gavin. And of course, for everybody that leaves me comments, thumbs up and thank you. I may look like I'm being critical, I may look like I'm sounding harsh, but if I'm responding, that means I'm just trying to engage with you. I'm not upset, I'm not angry. So thumbs up and thank you much, and I appreciate each and every comment, except for the abusive ones, which I still occasionally get. Which, because I'm a human being, those really grind in my head for a few days after that, but yay. Anyway, though, I hope you can get done the things that you want to get done today and tomorrow and over the upcoming weekend if you're watching this as it comes out. And if you're not, please take care on every day you exist. It's a good thing. I'm going to try and take care. I got to tear this whole place up, and you'll see why on the addendum video part, so thumbs up on that. Maybe I shoved it in here right in the middle. I probably did that because it's funnier. Anyway, thank you so very much, and you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. Again, thank you all so very, very much. It is appreciated. I'm not complaining today, though it may sound like a complaint. It's just talking about things. So thank you for being there to listen. It is appreciated. You take care.